Good afternoon. It is wonderful to be here on a day as important as this. Over the past few decades, we have witnessed women progress in the workforce, displaying excellence, commitment, and resilience across industries. We have seen women rise to be champions for change, pioneers of thought, all while wrestling with systems that have been unable to upgrade at the same pace as them. Brava, ladies. The strength of unequal pay rests on the notion of unequal value. It is an issue of equity. When men began sports leagues, they were supported by billions in taxpayer subsidies. They were prioritized in media and afforded time to grow. The investment was great, and the return was great. I have watched and joined a league of women who are remarkable at their craft. And together we have asked for the same grace that was extended to men in the formative years of their leagues. True investment. I've spoken about equal pay in formal settings such as this and in informal exchanges. Often I'm resisted with declarations like, there just isn't enough interest in women's sports. My response is always this. You would never expect a flower to bloom without water. But women in sport who have been denied water, sunlight, and soil are somehow expected to blossom. Invest in women, then let's talk again when you see the return. I want to thank the U.S. Women's National Team for being an emblem of hope, a voice of reason, and a force for change. Mr. President, Madam Vice President, and Dr. Jill Biden, thank you for your commitment and attention to advancing economic security for women. We look forward to working alongside you. Now it is my distinct pleasure to introduce the First Lady of the United States, Dr. Jill Biden.
Thank you. You know, Margaret, you've been called one of the most exciting players to watch this year. And though you are new to the national team, you've already stepped up to serve on the league's collective bargaining executive committee. So thank you for your leadership and for being a role model to so many young women and girls around this country. Thank you. So hello, everybody, and welcome to the White House. When I got my first teaching job, I was thrilled. After years of getting my degree and substitute teaching, I was finally going to be able to start the career that I had been dreaming about. And then I found out that they were paying me only 75% of the man who was actually hired the same time. I couldn't believe it. It wasn't just the money, though that was unfair. It was the lack of respect, the discrimination. Why was my work worth less? We were working the same hours, teaching the same number of students, and had similar experience. Well, that was in 1975. And today, all these years later, there are women who are still in the exact same position. This is personal to me because it's personal to all women. It's one example of how we still treat women differently than men, and it's wrong. And as this pandemic widens the income-wealth gap between men and women, it's urgent. Because this issue is so much bigger than the number on a paycheck. Our work gives us a sense of purpose. It's often how we make our mark on the lives of others and the world. For me, teaching isn't just a job. It's part of who I am. And that's why when I became First Lady, the honor of a lifetime, I also knew that I had to do it while holding on to this piece of myself. I had to keep teaching. As Joe's dad used to say, a job is so much more than a paycheck. But our paychecks reflect how we are valued by our employers and even by our communities. How do we value women when they have to work 3 months and 24 days longer to make the same amount as their male colleagues? How do we value the Black and Latina women who have to work many months more just to make up that same number? Equal work deserves equal pay, no matter who does it. And since my first teaching job, we've made progress in many ways. But I don't want my granddaughters to having to fight this same battle. I don't want them to worry about getting paid less solely based on their gender. It's way past time to pay women equally. And with the passion and dedication of leaders like Megan Rapinoe, I know we can get there. And Megan, you'll have to forgive me, but I decided not to dye my hair purple again. The last time I saw her, I sprayed purple on my hair. But that doesn't mean I'm any less excited that you are here. One of my most cherished moments with my grandkids was watching the U.S. women's soccer team win the World Cup in 2015. They were in awe of you, especially our soccer player, my granddaughter Maisie. And then you went on to become the first team in history to win 4 women's World Cup titles. You've shown again and again and again that grit, skill, and the ability to bring home championships have no gender. And you've been fearless in your mission to make sure that pay has no gender either. In fact, you and your teammates put your careers on the line for this cause. When you saw your male colleagues being treated differently, you stood up and you said, enough. That courage is why you are a hero to my grandchildren and fans around the world. Over and over, you inspire us to stand tall and speak out. From our whole family, and especially our granddaughters. Thank you. Thank you.